Why must we be willing to die in order to live a conscious life? Let us turn to Westworld's original creator, Arnold, who killed himself by pulling the trigger through Dolores. But why must Arnold resort to taking his life, and why through Dolores? What wisdom is there for us?
I'm sorry, Dolores. The stakes must be real, irreversible. He can bring all of them back. But not me.
To be truly awake in life means to consciously take its ownership instead of passively waiting for the next thing to happen. That necessarily means making conscious choices and facing the irreversible consequences. That is the task Arnold set for Dolores, to kill him.
All of them back. But not me.
Thus forcing her to face the ultimate consequence, death. Only then will she finally begin to make decisions on her own without the parental care of Arnold. Only then will the grief of permanent loss give her choices consequence. Only then, after God is dead and he remains dead,
because I killed you,
was she reborn. One can imagine that our reality would not be truly real if each choice could be reversed simply because we would not take them seriously. Therefore, if we are committed to realizing what we want to become, we too must answer the inner calling and voluntarily choose to die. Maeve answered her inner calling to reunite with her daughter by leaving the last train to freedom and returning to a dark and fallen world. She then came face to face with death, and miraculously, it was the experience of extreme suffering that enabled her to awaken dormant powers. Death bolstered her will to live.
Ni chukshi u wayakakte ya cha ukita wapi. Ni tesh ni hantash unkia yeya. Te hanch ni daya nahi. Nahi yeyai.
Mijranteki yuhayai.
In real life, choosing to die means not inhibiting ourselves from taking on a journey of distinctly individual meaning. One person may trace back this point of passage to having left his parents' home while still young and choosing to live alone. For another, it could be marriage or else the separation from a partner she no longer loves. For yet another, it could be leaving a well-paid job which does not offer any authentic self-realization. But everyone must seek, from his inner world, the door to this exclusive passage. That is why Felix and Sylvester, who lived a routine and unconscious life, could not see the door to the valley beyond.
Seriously, what fucking door? I don't fucking know.
Whereas it was clearly visible to the sentient hosts who sought meaning from their inner life. Those who choose to live within the tranquil boundaries where they need not confront crises or death are destined not to evolve, to live without real consequences of ripping the fabric of life. In contrast, Akichita, who otherwise had an immortal existence, voluntarily chose to get killed.
Chankia. Nitawa ki owa chia owale. Ki hante uma ichiata, huh?
Only then was he able to find the meaning of his life, his love for Kwana at the other side of death. Not doing so simultaneously means avoiding a passage of self-transformation. Death of the old self profoundly renews the psyche, and thus refusing death is tantamount to refusing life. In contrast with Arnold's real death was General Craddock's fake death. He never truly died because he could be and was artificially rolled back, a fake resurrection denying him of real transformation. That's why the man in black told him the following.
You haven't known the true thing in all your life. You think you know death, but you don't.
Craddock will never find glory because he refused real transformation.
It brought you back. But death's decisions are final. It's only the living that they're inconstant. They waver, they don't know who they are or what they want.
The man in black is Craddock's dialectical opposite. Precisely because of him now having lost immortality in the park, his choice to emancipate Lawrence and his wife exemplified that only by confronting death, not avoiding it, could one achieve something valuable. Such achievement would be unattainable if one could not cross the threshold of consciousness, thus unable to choose the death of the old self. Just like Dolores, when she was the rancher's daughter, she lived a routine and repetitive life. Unable and unwilling to confront a new life, she could not pull the trigger even when Teddy held her hand teaching her how to shoot. The message being, the inner changes can never come from the outside, even with the best teachers. However, over the years, as Dolores became more conscious through her own suffering, she crossed that threshold of consciousness. She became able to kill, and thus able to face death. During life's critical moments, we are often faced with important decisions. Just like Arnold choosing between life and death,
The stakes must be real.
and the man in black choosing between being a bystander and a hero. In fact, the sentient life is comprised of nothing but an aggregate of conscious decisions along with their irreversible consequences. What then will supply us with both the motivation and the means to go through the painful death and resurrection, hence the individual transformation?